Hello humans, and welcome to another episode of Gen X Gamer. How about playing some retro games? How about going back to your collection like I am and playing retro games again? You know, right now when we're talking about taking action against companies and all this craziness that's going on, it's a great time to go back into your collection and see what you like to play. Go back to gaming the way it was before all the craziness, before it got political. And there's some great games out there. As I told you before, most of the games that I have here are better than the stuff they're putting out today. There's some indie stuff that's pretty good, but as far as AAA gaming, 7th generation to me, one of the best generations, put a lot better product out. It might not be as modern, but there's plenty of games that you can play that are better than the offerings that you're getting now. But I think right now is a great time to go back and explore your collection. You know, and if you don't have one, guys, I realize that not everybody has, you know, thousands and thousands of dollars to spend on the hobby now because it's become a very expensive hobby. But prices are coming down, believe it or not, with all these re-releases and stuff like that. You can get good deals out there. There's a lot of emulations. There's hand emulation that you can buy now for 40, 50 bucks. It's, you know, halfway decent.
Guys, the options are endless. This is itch.io. For example, this is the 16-bit area, and if you just want to play 16-bit games for 9, 10, $2, whatever you have, there's so many choices in here. If you want to play a brand new game that are inspired in retro, look at this one, Sidonia. I like it. Regardless, guys, there's choices out there. What about retro consoles? You can buy a lot of these, you know, imported retro consoles, emulation. Look at this, $52 for a handheld. That's great. You know, that's all you have to spend. There's Retron 3 if you want to buy some old cartridges, but you can buy the all-in-one consoles and pretty much get every single retro game up to the 4th generation that's ever been made. And you'll have a great time. Look at this one. Looks like a Nintendo. There's so many options, guys. Handhelds galore. $54. Small form factor. What else can you ask for? We really live in a great age where we have so many options. But I'm telling you, embrace retro. There's other options than just supporting AAA companies, and you might find something out there that you're truly gonna love and get addicted to.
And there's other offerings out there that we can talk about later. But I just want to sit here and tell you, hey, you know what? Give your old collection some love, especially in these times. I find it when I'm particularly stressed, when I'm having a problem, when I'm going through finals, you know, I just go back and I go, what do I do? I kicked so many bad habits before. You know, I used to smoke a lot, I used to drink a lot, and I kicked all those with video games and in high stress situations where I really need to ponder and think, you know, meditate a little bit. There's nothing I prefer than to pull out an old game, right, from way back in the day, a Nintendo like Kung Fu, where it's muscle memory and I'm just going through the notions, but the game is still enjoyable. You know, I'm going back to those memories. When this particular game came out here, I was working at a donut shop. I was sweeping the floors. I mean, I was getting paid $2 an hour. $2 an hour because I was too young to work, but I was getting work anyway. It was this Cambodian lady that owned a donut shop, and she said, okay, I'll give you a job, but since, you know, I'm not going to pay taxes and all this stuff, I'll pay you $2 an hour. And I was like, okay. I probably could have negotiated, but I was so young, you know. And you know, it was East Los Angeles, and you know, times were hard, and I had to do what I had to do. I remember the first week I made $24. So I started thinking about those things, you know, and it takes me away from what we're going through today. It takes me away from some of the pressures of work. It takes me away from a lot of the stress that we all have, right? That we all have during the week. Now, even, you know, yeah, I go to the swimming pool and I feel great now. You know, hair looks like Elvis. But now I want to take a break. I don't want to go straight back to, you know, working on my laptop and turning in those reports that I have to do. Maybe I take a little break, play a little Kung Fu, you know, and then just rejoice. Rejoice in what you have. Be thankful for what you have. Be thankful that you're here. go over your blessings, and just stay positive. It's very easy to get negative and down at these times. It really is. But the first thing that you have to do is look at your blessings, look at what's around you, make sure that you're present, that you're enjoying it. You know, and people get angry. Anger is normal, but anger that is not directed, that just becomes rage, doesn't serve a purpose. Right? You need to relax. You need to come back to earth, you know, and then move forward. This is what video games do for me. And I find that retro video games specifically, like the NES, Genesis, TurboGrafx, are some of my favorites to do that with. If you haven't found them, if you haven't played them, rediscover them. Whether it's through emulation or you're just going to go out there and spend $50. I just looked at my marketplace. I saw a Dreamcast out there for $60. I saw an NES for $80. You know, I saw an Xbox for $60. I mean, it's affordable. And if you can't afford that, you can buy a handheld emulation for $40 on Amazon. They'll deliver it tomorrow. Whatever you do, play. Don't let sadness, stress of everyday life rob you from being a gamer, because at the end of the day, aside from all the other crap, we're human beings. We want to take a break, and at heart, we're gamers. Embrace your retro games. All right, guys, I will catch you on the next one. Take care.
New videos every Monday and Sunday. Thank you for joining me on another episode of the Gen X Gamer. Remember to like and subscribe, click that notification bell, and remember, never ever be afraid to be happy. I'll catch you on the next one. Take care.